Tanya Stephens. Hey, Tanya Stephens, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you too. I was near the day I listened where that change rain and fall for me like crazy at Jamaica.
Okay,
Yeah.
really? It's raining. It's raining here. It's thunderstorm here in Florida right now. It's raining.
Oh,
Raining for you in where? We're in Jamaica. You
in
Kingston?
a sense, and me they don't Ochi. We
Oh,
sync up, man.
oh, really? Oh, how are you, Tanya? It's been a while.
Yes, it has. I am good.
You good?
I'm good.
You know,
Yes.
I said to people that you and I have a special relationship. Like when you hear my name, you go, "Oh, him."
Sometimes, no
So,
man, we come out, we have ups and we down.
oh, we have the ups and we don't. Hey, listen,
No, we are big people.
we are big people. Listen, Tanya, I must congratulate you on the turn, the 360 turn you have made musically. Uh, Tell me and tell us exactly what is happening to you musically right now.
Well, what is happening to me now, first and foremost, is happening personally, and then it spill over into the music. This year I turned 49 a few days ago, on the 2nd of July. I
Right.
turned 49. And I've been very, very aware of that
Mm-hmm.
ever since me start. Um, because I don't have a choice. My body has shown me.
Mm-hmm.
My mind has shown me. You know, my personality has shown me, say, my age. Well, something changed. And I know I can attribute it to age because things that me used to be entertained by, I'm not entertained by them anymore.
Uh-huh.
Things that me used to do. Me just not find it fun. I may find some things now were more mature fun. And it starts out in the music. So,
K-
me sitting from a little bit more mature perspective. Granted, I'm still a child. I will be a child inside, shocked in an aging body, but a little bit more mature child. Talking about adult issues, and you
Right.
know my things here. From day one, I always talk about the things that bother me, or excite me, or make me happy.
Right.
I talk about personal things to me.
Right,
I know
right.
me I get older, so me I talk about personal older things, like turning 50 next year.
But let me ask you this: Can I take away that you know you're looking at your age now? You are 49, and you're going into 50. You haven't achieved the kind of what you want in music, like the what you want as a writer, singer, in music. I know you see yourself at 50 and you're making that change, that effort to say, you know what? Because this album that I'm anticipating coming out, I've heard tracks from it and it's like even the song, Diamonds in the Sun, it's a different Tanya Stephens.
But it's not really a different one. It's just I haven't changed, but my perspective has grown.
Outgrown. Okay.
So me have a broader perspective. But I wouldn't say me never achieve what I want in the music. I have. So here the thing now. Different artists have different goals or expectations from music. My expectation is to spread my philosophy, my ideology through my music, and I have done that. I've changed a lot of conversations. I've started conversations that never existed in the music before.
Right. That's
And
true.
me do that inside and outside of music, especially when my activism spill over from music and going to real life. So I don't feel unfulfilled in music. And I don't really feel unfulfilled as a person either, because as a young person, I did everything I wanted to do as a young person, you know? And then me start grow old, and with every phase when me enter, me do me. Me do me completely. And as an older woman now, that's what I'm going to do. Me.
You and I have been having this thing for years now, 20 years or so. That, yeah, you're a good writer and all of that, blah, blah, blah. But we as men, where I'm going with this, we as men see you as a man basher. And I don't hear that in you now. So are you now with peace with us as men? Are you now at peace with us?
I have always been at peace with everybody.
You're right.
What I have done, though, that I think the men are so ungrateful.
What?
What I did was I looked and I saw the problems that men were having in their relations, and I gave them suggestions on how they could fix it. But they
Thank you very
instead
much.
took it as a move, as a hostile move, and decided to start a war with me. Now, when a man step on the road all the time, and him decide to him now go in yard, and it make him and the woman of war, and me come and talk about it, how is that my fault? I must be man's fault. Go yard, go home.
What's the story? You tell me. No, but you and I have been going through that from way back. That, oh, Tanya, come on, give us a break. We are trying. Not all of us are dogs, you know.
I'm not trying, yes, I'm not trying my patience. I'm not try hard enough.
Try hard
because,
enough.
you know what, let me tell you what, the one something will always amuse me about audience. You see, when me talk from my perspective, the man them cuss like me not to represent myself. But then when me talk from the man them perspective, they act like they're not here. You never hear to the rescue. You never hear gangster girl with Spraga.
Listen.
You know how much song me sing for man?
But the big hits, them, the one that anti-us, usually the one them that other women, would take
Yes.
and run with. Let me ask you this.
Yes, but no, let me answer that real quick because
Okay.
when me make a song for the woman them gravitate to it and hold it up like a flag and wave it. But when me make a song for the man them ignore it like them never hear. That is why you don't hear it as much.
Yeah.
I want to big it up too.
I will big it up. No, when you see the influence you have had over, let's say, I just saw this last reggae sumfest, and all the women are like mini Tanya Stephens in terms of their dressing. Well, maybe not dress as much, but in their lyrics. How does it make you feel to know you have influenced the next generation of women artists?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, man, I hear you now. How does it make me feel?
Yeah, to see that you have influenced the next generation of women artists. Because when I see Sensia and when I see Spice and all those people performing on stage, in a way I see you.
I think I see a lot more of Lady Star than me though.
Lady Star.
Yeah, man, I see a lot more of Lady Star, especially in the performances, because for one, me just sing.
Yeah.
Really.
And I did say,
perform. Me stand up and sing. I'm more like a Dave Chappelle of reggae and dancehall.
but,
I don't do choreography. I don't learn the new dances. I don't have no dancers. I don't have no props. I don't have any of that. I come on with my band and play the music and I sing the music and I move however I feel inspired to move, which is not usually in choreographed dancing.
right.
So I think in terms of performance, I see more of her.
In terms of lyrics. In terms of lyrics now.
In terms of lyrics, but yeah, me not really see that because me have a wide range of... Now, this is not to be combative. But the reality is that my biggest songs are not really dancehall songs. My biggest songs, if you check what I did as acoustic, the other cheek is acoustic, It's a Pity is
Right.
What's His Story is Lovers Rock.
Right.
Most of my biggest songs are not dancehall. The older songs like For This and Goggle from the early days were more dancehall, and it's not like these ones now. So I can't take credit for what they're doing, which is really just expressing themselves and building onto what they came and saw. We give them every prop because what they're doing. You see, right now when you look at a woman like Spice, or you look at a young lady like Shensia, the level of work, the amount of work and effort that they put out, I've never done that, and neither has Lady Star.
But you were a pioneer. You were a pioneer at the time. You make it easier for them to do what they do
pioneer,
now.
No, and here's why me want to. Me would love to be the end of that line of thinking, because it kind of makes people feel entitled to the business and it start beef, because then people feel like you're taking their spot because them feel like them own it and then create it. We don't create nothing. Music is everlasting. There's always been music. There's always been music. And we come along just like them. I came along and I saw Mama Nancy and Charmaine and Lady G and Shelly Thunder and Carla Marshall and all of these women before me. I said Marcia Griffith. I grew up on Marcia.
Right.
I grew up on Judy Rita. I grew up on everybody who came before me. So I can't be. It would be arrogant of me to feel like me a pioneer when the music are gone so much longer before me.
Right.
It predated me by a lot. And even dancehall, because Mama Liza, with the Will in the Bucket and them, they were from back in the day, I grew up on music, and music is not just a job for me; it's an addiction. So me know even when I hear older people and people my age now starting to talk about these kids and chastising them, I always try to remind people about Lydie and the low bite that I grew up with that album in my house.
Light Charmers and the Low Bites. You remember them?
Yes. Yeah. I remember them. I grew up with a copy of the album, the vinyl album in my household when I was a kid in the 70s.
Yes.
And I know what's on it. So make we know even bother start. So, just like I can't own the good, I don't take credit for the bad. I don't take credit for the good.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Now you're making a resurgence. You're coming back to a space where you are now dominating the female side of this business, like it or not. You have a song with a lot of people. How did this happen? You have a song with Sidella Marley, who hardly records. You have a song with the same song with Diana King, who people haven't heard from in a while. How did you make this happen? How did this happen?
Well, all three of us made it happen because we never really planned. Me still awestruck. I'm a fan. And I may talk and may get goosebumps and I can't find the words because this is something we're very personal to me. What we're talking about is stuff where mean a lot to all three of us. And Diana King has been a friend of mine for years. Just talking about doing music and never ending up doing anything together. So I was really happy to have this. I wanted this for a long time. And when she said she wanted it too, but me didn't want it long before. I am a fanatic, and I've always been in her skin like, yo, you need to make music, make some music. Can I produce for you? Can I write for you? I've been doing that for a long time.
So when you approach her, Tanya, when you approach the other two, Diana and Sidella, it was an easy sell for you, or you had to, kind of like you talk to Diana, you need to get back in the studio. Was it an easy sell to get Sidella?
You don't even say sell, an easy conversation because we talk comfortably. So Sidella and I was talking to Sidella's assistant, and we were talking about work that I'm doing on the album and stuff, and then Sidella come in and she was like, yo, so what, which one I sang them made sing background?
You're kidding me? Like, just like that?
Background? Yeah. And I'm like, background? What do you mean by sing background? So I thought she was joking. And she said, no, she said, Sidella want to know which song you put your background work on, and I'm like, give Sidella Marley background work on song. I'm like, cut the foot. I said, if you come on a song, you have to sing lead. And she was like, all right, send the song. And I thought it was a joke. But then when my girl said, yo, Sidella, so you not send the song yet, I'm like, is she joking?
Right.
As
you know, she hardly records. I mean, she.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. You see, for me, this was such a big deal. I think people understand. This is not a Marley thing. If anybody know me or even listen to me talk over the years and realize me don't really do names and me not do celebrity status, but Sidella is somebody that me discover from years ago. She take on the women's football team. She took on the reggae girls.
Yes.
And nobody was paying attention to them.
Yes.
And when me see she do it, me laugh and me say, all right, this is when you're just too rich and have too much time for your hand and don't know how to do this yourself. And me laugh. But then me see what she do with them. And me see the work start from when other people now start jump on board and start call them name when them actually start make headway. And me say, that girl is a visionary. Because I could not see that. And she work making space for these ladies,
right.
in ways where she don't even show up on a red carpet or in a public and try to take no flowers. Them something means something to me, Clinton. Them really mean, because me come from poverty. I mean, I like when people do public charity. So when she do private, quiet things, and you see her name and ring out and stuff, me start rate her and me start look on her different and say, you know, maybe you will always misjudge her, you know. Because her reputation, they sound like she want ogre, and then me meet her and she's so sweet.
And she's doing a good job. We can't take that away from her. She's doing a good job with the reggae girls. Were you surprised at how the song took off though when you got the word that, it's #1 in Florida and then you got the word it's #1 in New York? Were you surprised at that?
Yo, me, every from me start the music till now, appear surprised me getting because me personally was nobody know me nothing, you know. You know, so me never walk in at this yet like a me name or my name. Me introduce myself when me go in any room because you don't have to know me. If you don't know me nothing. And if you know me, don't me assume you know me. So when me hear the song popular, I started getting feedback and I'm like, first of all, Diamonds in the Sun, I didn't really expect as much of the kind of positive feedback because me know say it's a tough topic and me know some people shy away from it.
Right.
Me did hope for engagement, but the kind what we get, me shock.
You're
Me
shocked.
not surprised, me shock.
We
And me
have
have to say
three.
thanks.
Listen, we have three powerful women on one song. How can you be shocked when
Me
you
shock, man.
you
Oh,
shocked?
gosh.
Because you have three powerful women there.
Yes, me know. And don't get me wrong, you know, no, like it escape me, you know, because every time you hear that song, I me get goosebumps. You see, when it reach down in the part where Diana start belt,
Yes.
me goosebumps, them big like grapefruit.
Yeah, that's a nice
Me
part
want
of the
fun.
song.
Let me tell you a little thing too. You see, when me hear Stella voice, when she sings her part, me go back and re-sing my part and try and match her voice, you know, because it sounds so. It's like it's thought provoking. It's
Yes.
haunting the way how she deliver it.
Yes.
So me go back and you say my rough, tough voice will always so like me out for chew down one tree.
Oh,
Actually soften up. Because it was because of her influence.
yes. So we,
Yeah, man, it mean a lot, man.
no matter where we are in this, in whatever business we choose to be in, we are still can be inspired by someone else, by another business person, or in your case, you are Tanya Stephens, and you still can be inspired by Sidella Marley and Diana King. That is so sweet. That is so sweet. And you can be inspired by Clinton Lindsay too.
Of course, why not?
Why
Why
not?
not?
Tell
You
us
know,
a-
me not pick and choose my inspiration. Me just happy when it comes.
Yeah.
It comes from where the universe in it.
Tell us about the album, because we are all anticipating this album. The name of it and when should we expect it on the road?
Well, all right. Me think you gotta agree with the name of it. And I see you put out the album name, some kind of madness.
I say,
You don't think that. You
yes.
think that long time.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Finally, she's admitting to it.
Me know you gotta agree with it.
I agree with it.
Some kind of madness.
Some kind
But,
of madness.
You know, I'm gonna tell you this big woman thing. I have gone through a lot of phases in my life. There was a time when I was very defensive because I come through a lot. No people don't know me and them assume things when them see people in a public space. I know a lot of people do it with you too. You're in public space,
Right.
in public life.
Right.
Them are going to assume things. And when them can't find no real story, they make up some. And I come through enough things and reach which part me there now when I can see myself actually. I collaborate with all the church. Me and the church have been at war for a long time. And me I collaborate with pastors and stuff now. To me,
Nice.
all of this that we're going through in life is some kind of madness because you stand on one end of a very, very polarizing subject and you hold on to your point and you feel most of the times when you hold on to a point, it's not really even grounded in any kind of logic or anything. It's just grounded out in an emotion. This is what you're attached to. This is how you feel because your grandmother did feel so and your mother did feel so.
Right.
But then when you start talking to each other, you see when we have conversations, we get to see each other and hear each other and realize we're not that different. And this is what this album hopes to bring about, a lot of discussion talking about the things that we shouldn't be scared of.
Right.
We should have discussed them more so we can hear each other and stop dismissing people. Because as much as me feel like a lot of people dismiss me dismiss a lot of people too. So now when me stop and start listening, I realize, right, we kind of fight the same thing though. And the album brings out a lot of that thought process. You know, and me call it some kind of madness because to me, humans are crazy.
How much of a role you play in putting it together?
Well, of course, you know me, all right. Except for, let me see. There's been some. My daughter contribute.
Your
some of the
daughter?
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter.
All
Yeah.
right.
And she's featured on one of the songs too. You know, so me involve 100% in everything when me do because
yeah,
it's so
I know.
personal. It's very personal, but this, me collaborate with Junior Todd and It a come out on Tad's Records.
Taz Records.
And me have a big up Junior Tad to the max because I one of the most patient man. Me not easy for work with. Me know this.
You're
Not in the
actually
way people say
admitting to that?
it's not
You are?
it's not in the way you would have like to say it. Great. But me one stickler. When me decide say I want to tell the story, I really want to tell the story with integrity. I mean, I like when people change it.
Right.
And Jonathan actually allow me to tell the story the way how it's authentic and true to me. And him accent it well. Like me think something and him say, Tanya, you know, I hear some steel pan Spanish and I'm like, steel pan?
Right.
And I hear him say, trust me, just let me put it on, and if we put them on and you don't think it fits,
we take them off.
and it doesn't sound good, then we can take them off. And me can tell you, I think maybe let me say 99% of the time it fits, and I'm like, wow, but I never did hear that.
Right.
And it stays because he really have a good ear. Really have a good ear, and he's patient.
It's in its DNA, Tanya. Who's this dad? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's in it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
And his father supportive.
His father supportive. Would you sign again to another label, or you still you intend to just go independent for now? Would you sign again? Could any label entice you to sign?
To sign? No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
I don't talk against signing with a label anymore because I feel like I went and did that and it didn't work for me. Not everybody has the same experience, so it might work for somebody else. And I'm going to tell you something else too. I have reached out to VP Records to work with them because
you did.
We don't get a lot. Yes, I did ask Chris, but me and Chris always talk. Prior to me and Chris falling out over professional details,
right?
We were friends, and I actually like his company. Him is a idiot like me. We laugh at the same weird, twisted things. So I like his company. And we fell out over work. From the perspective of an artist signed to VP, but as a more mature adult who is not signed to VP, I have actually reached out and said, let's work together because I don't think reggae or dancehall or Jamaican music in general will ever get to the place we think it should be if we don't collaborate.
Right,
I don't think we can do it as factions, as warring factions.
Yeah.
So if Tanya Stephens has anything to offer, if everybody keeps shouting that I'm such a great writer, and if Chris has a distribution that works, and if Junior Tad is a great person in the studio producing and getting the right musicians and the right sound, and if we have all these individual strengths and facilities, and we pull them together, what do you think we're going to make? You think anybody out there can
stop it? No, sir.
All right, so that's the mission I'm on right now. I don't feel like I even have to sing. I go sing because I want to, but I don't feel like I have to sing. But whatever else I have, I'm not that kind of person where I don't go on my grave with a secret. Nah. Me don't need nobody to know say me did do that thing there, because most of the things I want me to do, I don't load them up because I don't like that kind of attention. You just need to see it done. And then when it's done, me can feel proud and know so me did part of that because, you know, it's nice to be a part of a monument. Now with the VP thing and collaborating and we're trying to get everybody on the same page, I will speak that out loud because it's not going to happen silently. It has to happen loud.
Yeah, just like the partying wasn't silent either. you went on a campaign.
Right, never silent.
You went on a campaign.
I'm a campaign, you know.
Come on, Tanya.
Look here, we have to stop criminalizing expression. We have to stop criminalizing expressing pain. This is why we have so much abuse, you know, because the victims not allowed to speak, and VP knows what they did. It's not like somebody talk out a turn. We not talk out a turn. We had some very bad experiences between us, inspired by them, and they acknowledge things. So it's not in the public. We don't need to tell the public every single detail of what they did. They did some horrible things.
Right. Well, we don't know that.
We can move on from that. I know that.
We didn't know that. Especially someone like me, all we knew was that every microphone you got, every microphone.
No, but here's the thing now. Let me tell you, you have some people in our life, you know, where we can point to a few of them in the music when we not gonna do it, but if me speak, you probably can recognize them. You have some people where them in a silence, them will punch you and stab you. And then one day you get angry and you just turn on and punch them, but you punch them in public. everybody sees your punch.
Yes, yes, yes.
Nobody sees their punch. And
Absolutely.
then drop the knife and hold up them two and say, what me do? And everybody starts because you see you're the bad guy. Because they see
Absolutely
the one
right.
punch, but they don't see the 100 stab.
Right. That is so true. You know,
I feel life go, but me alright with that. Because me
you-
not try to be the good guy. Me not look nobody approval. So it's fine by me.
everybody says that you are the modern day. You are a modern day philosopher in the business, and every time I talk to you, I learn something new. Gangsta Blues. Are you gonna, if you should compare Gangsta Blues, which by all means is your best album ever? You agree with that?
I don't, but I
But you have heard
appreciate your
it.
opinion.
You have heard it. Okay.
Yeah, I hear Revolution too.
Yeah, that was so. But Gangsta Blue was just a perfect.
You rude, yes. People in the two I mean my boy, no. You might be.
No, but how would you compare some kind of madness to Gangsta Blues?
I usually don't compare my work, but so far, of the few people who have been listening to the tracks,
Mm-hmm.
I have heard comparisons being made between this one and Gangsta Blues, as well as with Revolution.
Oh, okay.
And when I hear that, I usually don't like it from a creative perspective, but I'm very happy because it's a standard.
Yeah.
So if it's being compared, then it means that some people feel like it hit that mark for them. And if we haven't really gone out to the critics yet, and we get
I'm
that
waiting.
comparison, then it makes me happy.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, I'm waiting already.
Yeah.
But the good thing, the thing is, I respect everybody's opinion because as me say, nobody not feel like but this is what I made. It's coming from me. It's an express what me think and feel. So it's the correct album for me. If somebody else don't like it, it's fine.
And I hear the maturity in your. I hear the maturity in you. Just listening to the other track that they sent me was the other track with you and Patra. Well, wanna kick up and go and bad when you reach 50? What is a warning or what? What is this? A warning?
No, it's not really a warning because we're not hurt nobody. It's a heads up, really.
It's a heads up. Big difference.
Because look here, yes, you know who is Patra? Come on.
Oh, come on, of course.
Patra is an influencer before there was such a thing.
Patra exactly.
Influenced inside and outside of music. She influenced urban culture. She influenced hip hop and genres far-reaching and places far-reaching. The Patra box braids, of course, made famous by Patra.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where people start following and do that. She come out in a time when Jamaican women never really own themselves as sexual and sensual yet, She come out and do that with no reservation, just put on her little leather black mini dress and just move and embrace herself and own herself and made a lot of us want to be like that.
Yes.
See the point every wall, say every young man had a Patra poster on their wall.
Young and old and radio people and TV people.
Yes. Yeah. And you had to have it.
Yeah, you have to.
People are like, because she inspires in every direction you can think of.
Yes. And that was kind of new at the time also. It was refreshing.
Yeah, man. Pioneer that.
Pioneer. So you reach out for her and you did, this is the next single from the album?
Yes, it's one working now.
Okay. 50.
Because we're approaching 50.
Yes.
I'm not even ask Patra to reach her. I'm not sure if she reached my age,
Sure.
But next year, me turn 50.
Yeah,
I know she approached 52.
Right. And when do you expect to drop the album? You have a release date?
Yeah, man, 5th of September. We intended to drop earlier, but due to my nitpick and my perfectionist, I want this change and that fix and that. So we ended up missing our original date that we set. But September 5th, it's for sure. Everything is already submitted.
Well, hopefully I can have a next talk with you.
You know, if it man. Me want to have the next talk with you.
One thing me know you want to know when me think of it.
Of course. You don't want to hear everybody bread like a sheet and blind as bread like me.
No, at least next time you know, I will say, "Oh, Clinton and Lindsay. Oh, I him." You know, the other day I was going through some pictures and I saw a picture with me, you, my wife Georgia, outside the hotel when the last show I did with you was 2006, and we seem like one big happy family.
But we were. But no, you make it look like we only have bad times. You're not nice with that.
No,
And
no, but you
every
know what I
family
mean.
has that, ups and downs.
Yes, 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 yes. And you know, we are, as you said, we have our ups and downs. Tanya
Yeah,
Stephens,
man.
I want to thank you for taking time out. And did you go to Reggae Sumfest?
No, I watched from the comfort of
Of
my
your-
49-year-old bed.
I hear you. I hear you. But listen, congratulations, and if Diamonds in the Sun is any example of what's coming out on this album, I think you have a big selling album coming out in September. So congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. And if I have an album that sparks conversation or extends conversation, then that is success for me. And if people like the songs and play them in them car and the most, that is enough for me.
Right.
Big up everybody. Thank you for the love and you know support and encouragement over the years. I really appreciate it. And thanks for helping me to grow to the point I am right now, including you to Clinton. Thank you for all the fights. I have grown from them.
Hey, you remember
and
the
the next
first day?
fight,
You remember the first day you walk in my office in Queens? It was like a Saturday afternoon, and you stopped by. I think you were performing at the Beacon Theater that weekend. You remember that? Nah.
me can vaguely remember, but we didn't fight. Me, that
No, 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 we didn't fight.
we did good.
The first fight is where you came for the Tamika Awards, and
No, but don't come. We could just skip crash that.
Yeah. Hey, Tanya, it's always a pleasure talking to you, my friend. Always a pleasure. Good luck with this new
Likewise.
album. And we
Likewise,
talk again in
likewise.
September.
Yes, we're going to catch up.
All right.
Big up yourself. Enough love, you know.
All right. Respect.
And Lindsay a promoter. Bring up the biggest set of artists from Jamaica. Like Super Cat and Mr. Early be the doctor. Only for artists, no for them me can't remember. Who can remember when them used to keep Jamaica? The kind of show that used to give out no for water. To reggae artists.